So you were not happy with some of the things that Munchie B had to say about you on this podcast the other day.
Well, I don't trip on what he got to say about me, right? I don't trip that.
Did you get beat up the same night that Drakeo died at that concert? He felt very strongly about this. I had never heard that.
He didn't put that on his neighborhood, I know.
I don't know.
I know he didn't put that on his neighborhood.
I don't know. But he seemed to feel very strongly about that. I had never heard that before.
That I got beat up.
Yeah, and that it didn't really make the news because the Drakeo situation happened the same night.
Have you ever noticed that every time they say I got beat up in a place where it's 10,000 people? Now, did I take off on somebody? I definitely took off on somebody. Right? You want Cuban Rob to come in, I can leave, so you can't. They won't say I made up a story.
I just want to hear the story. I don't care who's telling it. What happened?
Call Cuban.
Who'd you take off on?
Call Cuban Rob. I'm going to let him tell you.
Okay.
Did I take off? No. You got to let Cuban sit down. He's going to tell the story. That way, you can't say see, this is the problem. Street dudes, if they don't like you, by the time a story gets to them, they switch it up.
Okay.
Now.
Because this was your post about Munchie. You said, the homies took your eyes from you. You got caught stealing out the spot, so you was going to pay with your life, but God spared you. Your mama and grandmama went to the park and begged for your safety under police escort. Now you wander around and you want sympathy. Nah, little guy, you're an amnesty case. They just feel sorry for you. See you around.
Now, here's the thing, right?
Demonic.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Let's just talk about it, right?
Sure.
Before we bring Cuban up. I'm not going to even mention it because I want him to, you're going to ask him the question and you're going to get a real natural reaction.
Okay.
So this dude right here, right? He's blind.
Right.
The Crips didn't take his eyesight. His homeboys did.
Uh-huh.
Right? The politics about whoever he wasn't strong enough or they didn't fear enough not to do that. Right? Alex Alonso. Dude was a bum. Shout out to Alex because since he's been up there with Alex, he got a little neater, his clothes a little better. Alex Alonso gives him a job, right? But you can't tell me you're king anything. And the homies are the ones that victimize you, not a rival gang. Yo set. Now, he know why he was in the hospital.
That happens to a lot of people, right? Because it's the same thing with Nipsey, right?
No, listen. Same shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
But guess what? And I'm going to speak on it. Paperwork's live and direct, floating around. Here's the difference. You see them gun big you now?
No.
I can say what I want. That's the fear and the respect that his neighborhood has for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mixed together in a very balanced way. Right? He walks around everywhere. Paperwork there. Nobody does nothing to him over there. So what Munchie got to understand is like, I've been from my set longer you've been living.
Mm-hmm.
This real talk. You can't tell me you that when the respect you claim to have couldn't keep your own neighborhood from trying to turn your TV off. And they got rid of the bub, right?
Who's the bub?
The bub. They got rid of the bub. The bub is what makes the image come on. It just a buzz goes on, right?
The
so
bulb.
he walks around,
okay,
right? So they turned this TV off. Don't tell me you this and you that and you this and you that when you couldn't stop that from happening, right? You know that while you was laid in there and they thought you was gone, that your mother and grandmother went down there with half the choir to Darby Park with police escort and begged them people in a form of telling, because you kind of letting them know that that's who did it. Then he ended up doing it on the conversation with 600, that that's who did it, letting people know his homies did it to spare you. Now, I'm going to let Cuban come over here and you ask him the question. I ain't text him. I ain't had no time to say nothing to him. And you ask him that, come on, Q, we going to ask you a question.
All right.
And you answer the question.
We got a guest host. We got the legendary baby Cuban Rob.
Let's see what he have to say.
What's happening with it?
Okay, when Munchie came on, he said that the same night that Drakeo lost his life backstage at that concert, at that music festival, Lovers and Friends, or I believe, that Wack was attacked backstage that same night, but it never really made the news because of what happened to Drakeo.
No.
He's saying that you were there. What's your version of the story?
Well, the reason why it never went anywhere is because we got to putting in, work. They got we got the thumping out there. Wack got off first, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas got to talking shit. Wack dropped one of them niggas, and we jumped into the fire. So once we started dropping and laying them niggas out all over the floor and shit, they started throwing chairs and all that weird shit. Nigga, that's why this shit never went nowhere.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because we was out there smashing them niggas. That's why.
How deep were y'all, and how deep were
It was about 4 of us. It was about 12 or 13, 15 of them niggas or some shit like that.
It was about 7 of them.
Well,
The other dude didn't get out.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about niggas that got out. It was about 5 or 6 of us. Yeah, every time Wack got off first.
Who were these
Broke
guys?
his whole
Or you
jaw.
don't want to say?
Yeah, man. They know who they are. They know who they are.
Listen,
Creep is pointing a picture of a gang.
broke his
Evan.
whole shit.
Yeah, Wack got bracket right away. I ain't gonna lie. Was it?
This is who was responsible for it? Well, this is that night?
Yeah, that's what.
This doesn't look like you were a little deep. It looks like you're like 50 deep.
It was just a gang of people back there.
Oh, there's
It
a
was-
game. Yeah.
Yeah, Game was he was on show. He was
It was my
performing.
set,
Me.
Adam. It was my set.
Third right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like
Now,
7
don't
of
get me
us, and then
wrong.
it was versus them.
Adam.
Look at Wack's eyes. He looks like he's off a perk. Yo, you gotta send this to me. I need this image for the podcast.
Oh man, we'd have had so many altercations out there.
Oh, look,
you know what
Wack's
I'm
holding the
saying?
selfie stick. That's why the angle is so weird on this image. Okay.
Nah, he holding the rail to go up.
Oh,
Listen.
okay, right.
Listen. Now, Adam, listen. Listen, take it for granted. Listen.
A lot of red in here.
We was about 70, 80 deep,
Okay.
right?
And
I
who
was-
wanted to play with you?
I will say this.
Will you say who it was? No.
If Drakeo would have did what he's supposed to did, his nephew still be alive. He was supposed to show up at a certain time. I held my entourage. I had Coyote performing, True Card performing, Blueface performing in Game. I had 100-some tickets because I had all the different performers. His little brother and his crew got up there about 6. I told Draco, be here at 7:38. We're going to make sure you get in and get out. Game is there. Everybody's in agreement. Blueface squad, my squad, Game squad, everybody squad. I already told him we're going to get nephew in and up out of here. 8 come, he ain't here. 8:15, he ain't here. I can only hold my artists so long. They didn't been here. We didn't been here, right? So while 8:30 come, he ain't there, we roll. By the time we get to the freeway, Draco dead. If you check Draco's time of death, it's gonna be between 8:30, 8:45.
So you and everybody that you were with would have.
On Paru. That's why I held him,
Jeez.
right? We was like 100 deep. It'd have just been a head up, fate would have been when it went that way. Right now, the situation the blind man talking about, quite natural. If he'd have been there, he wouldn't have been able to see it. I told you what it was before he got in here. I get off first. It wasn't nothing major because it was internal. It wasn't like it was a crew coming looking for me or looking for us. It was internal amongst our entourage,
Ah, okay.
right? It was just the homies, right? They was mad that I didn't let them on stage when they wanted to get on. Don't work like that. Game called the dogs. When Game tell me, let the band on, the women on, the DJ, my security, Game security is not Bloods, it's Crips.
Why is that?
That's what it is. 88 Avalons run point on Game security.
Okay.
G Magic, that's a fact. Okay, so now here comes the confusion. Wack from Paru there doing his job, right? So if my artist told me in what order he want people to take the stage, right? Guess what? My homies is with me. They ain't down there. They right here with me, right? I let it in that order. So the minute I let the Crips on stage, guess who started tripping? Game's homies. Blood, hold on. Hey, homie, hold on, bro. Business going on. Blood, nigga, this whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, look, homie, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Business going on. Okay, next, y'all go up. Oh, blood, look, soon as I get done, we're going to address it. I get everybody up, get everybody on there. I go to the front, get game as Mike. Soon as New Jersey Devil turned on that shit, because the stage that kind of turned that way, I came right behind. Now, Blood, what's that you talking about? And fired. Broke Blood shit on Paru. Blood, no. Broke his shit. Fired. There was some G homies with us, too. Big Duck from Fruitown, Paru. Lil John. All of them was with us. Right? And we thumping. Right? We ain't start throwing chairs and planters and shit. We throwing fists. So I'm trying to figure out, I hope Munchie didn't put that on his set. Because there's some G homies that was there.